Rhea hadn't hesitated when her younger sister, Tara, showed up at her apartment with a duffel bag and red-rimmed eyes. Just a few days, Tara promised, claiming her roommate had kicked her out over a petty argument. Rhea, ever the protective older sister, cleared the couch and brewed tea, ignoring the way Tara's hands trembled as she clutched her phone. The first night, Tara laughed too loudly at Rhea's jokes and insisted on sleeping with the lights on. By day 3, oddities piled up. Rhea found Tara scrubbing a coffee stain off the floor at 3 a.m., muttering about not leaving traces. The duffel bag stayed zipped and tucked under the couch, though Tara changed clothes daily. When Rhea jokingly asked about it, Tara froze. "Just old gym clothes," she said, too quickly. That afternoon, Rhea's neighbor, Mrs. Kapoor, stopped her in the hallway. "Your sister's jumpy," she warned. "Yesterday, she begged me not to tell anyone she's here." Rhea's unease sharpened when she opened Tara's bag by accident, looking for a charger. Beneath crumpled shirts lay a burner phone and a passport with a fake name. Her pulse raced as Tara walked in, catching her mid-discovery. "It's not what you think," Tara blurted, slamming the bag shut. But Rhea pushed. "Who are you running from?" Tara crumpled, confessing in fragments. A boyfriend, Anil, who'd promised a modeling career but trapped her in a loan scam. "They'll hurt Mom if I don't pay," she sobbed. Rhea's loyalty warred with fear. She let Tara stay, but hid her own valuables. That night, footsteps echoed in the hallway. Tara panicked, shoving Rhea into a closet just as fists pounded the door. "Open up, Tara," a man snarled. Through the crack, Rhea watched Tara hand over a flash drive. "Tell Anil this is all I have," she pleaded. The man left with a threat. "Next time, we come for your sister." Shaken, Rhea demanded the truth. Tara revealed Anil had used her to smuggle data from his tech job. The flash drive held stolen client files, leveraged to barter for her freedom. "I thought I could fix it alone," Tara whispered. Rhea, torn between fury and protectiveness, called her ex-boyfriend, a cybersecurity expert. Together, they copied the drive and plotted to expose Anil anonymously. The next 48 hours were a blur of paranoia. Tara jumped at doorbells. Rhea deleted their internet history twice. When Anil's men returned, Rhea played naive, claiming Tara had fled. But as they left, one dropped a chilling warning. "We know about you now." That night, Rhea found Tara packing. "I'll disappear, you'll be safe," she insisted. Rhea stopped her. "We end this together." They leaked the files to a journalist, CCing the police. Anil's arrest made headlines a week later. Tara, pale but relieved, hugged Rhea goodbye. "I'll pay you back someday," she vowed. Rhea nodded, unsure if she meant money or trust. Months later, a postcard arrived from Goa. "New job, new name. Thank you for seeing me when no one else did. T." Rhea tucked it beside their childhood photo, wondering if she'd ever truly know her sister. But when knocks echoed again late one night, she hesitated. Before peering through the peephole, her hand steady this time. Rhea's breath hitched as she peered through the peephole. The hallway light flickered, casting shadows across a tall figure in a dark hoodie. Her fingers hovered over the phone in her pocket, ready to dial the emergency number she'd memorized after Anil's arrest. But when the figure lowered their hood, Rhea froze. It wasn't a stranger. The man had Tara's eyes, sharp and pleading. "Please," he mouthed, holding up a faded photo of them as kids at a Diwali party. Her stomach dropped. This was Vikram, their cousin, who'd vanished years ago after a feud with their uncle. She cracked the door open, chain still latched. Vikram's knuckles were bruised, his voice a rasp. "Tara's in trouble again. They're tracking her through me." He slid a burner phone under the door, its screen lit with a map pinning a location in Goa. "She messaged me last week. They're closing in." Rhea's mind raced. Tara's postcard had come from Goa. Was this a trap? Before she could ask, Vikram shoved a crumpled note into her hand and disappeared down the stairwell. The note smelled of salt and diesel. "Meet me at the docks, midnight. Don't trust anyone. T." The handwriting matched Tara's, but the urgency felt off. Rhea paced, torn. Tara had sworn to never return. Why risk it? Her eyes darted to the family photo beside Tara's postcard. Their mother's smile stared back, a reminder of Tara's old warning. "They'll hurt Mom." At 11:30 p.m., Ria slipped out, Vikram's burner phone tucked in her jacket. The docks were eerily quiet, waves slapping against rusted boats. A figure emerged from the fog. Tara, her hair chopped short, face gaunt. "You shouldn't have come," Tara hissed, pulling Ria behind a stack of cargo crates. "Anil's men found me. They think I kept copies of the data." Before Ria could react, flashlights cut through the dark. They ran, Tara's grip vise-like on Ria's wrist. A speedboat idled at the pier, Vikram at the helm. "Jump," he yelled. As the engine roared, Ria glimpsed men in black sprinting toward them. Tara shoved a USB drive into Ria's palm. "Hide this. It's everything they want." The boat lurched forward, bullets pinging the water. Back home, Ria plugged in the drive. Files spilled across her screen, bank records, encrypted chats, a video of Anil bribing a politician. But one folder stopped her cold. Family debts. Inside, photos of their mother's house, their childhood school, Vikram's arrest records from years ago. Tara hadn't just been running from Anil, she'd been protecting them all. The burner phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Check your mother's basement, now." Ria drove through the night, dread clawing her throat. The basement light was on, door ajar. Inside, their mother sat tied to a chair, gagged. A man stepped from the shadows, Anil's lawyer smirking. "Your sister owes a debt. You've got 24 hours to hand over the drive." He tossed a photo of Vikram, beaten and bloodied. "Or we start cutting ties." Ria's hands shook, but her voice didn't waver. "I'll burn it all first," the lawyer laughed. "Your choice, the files or their lives." As he left, Ria untied her mother, who choked out a confession. "I knew Anil years ago. He's Vikram's father." The room spun. Anil wasn't just a criminal. He was family. Ria scrolled through the drive again, stopping at a voicemail file dated 2 years back. Tara's voice, raw with fear. "He's using us, Ria. All of us." Outside, dawn bled into the sky. Ria picked up her phone, dialing the one person who could end this, the journalist who'd exposed Anil before. "I need a favor," she said. "And this time, we don't hold back." Ria's fingers trembled as she ended the call with the journalist, her mind racing. She glanced at her mother, still pale and shaken on the couch. "We need to leave," Ria said, stuffing the USB drive into her pocket. But her mother gripped her wrist. "Anil knows every hiding spot. There's nowhere safe." The burner phone buzzed, a text from Tara. "Meet me at the old temple. 1 hour. Come alone." Ria hesitated. Tara had lied before, but the desperation in the message felt real. She left her mother with Mrs. Kapoor, warning her to lock the doors, and drove to the crumbling temple where they'd played as kids. Tara stood in the shadows, her face hollow. "Anil's planning something big," she whispered. "He's using Vikram as bait. If we don't hand over the drive tonight, he'll—" Her voice broke. Ria pulled out the USB. "Why should I trust you?" Tara's eyes welled. "Because I stole this from him." She handed Ria a faded journal, pages filled with Anil's handwriting, detailing decades of blackmail, including their mother's forced silence about Vikram's true parentage. Before Ria could react, headlights flooded the temple. Anil's lawyer stepped out, flanked by men. "Enough games," he snapped. Tara stepped forward, voice steady. "Let Vikram go. The drive's yours." The lawyer smirked, tossing Vikram's bloodied scarf at their feet. "First, the files." Ria fake-handed the USB, then ducked as Tara yanked her behind a pillar. Gunshots echoed. The journalist team, tipped off earlier, swarmed the scene, cameras rolling. Anil's men scattered, but the lawyer lunged at Ria. Tara tackled him, screaming, "Run!" Ria fled to the car, journal clutched to her chest. Behind her, sirens wailed. At home, she uploaded the journal pages online, exposing Anil's empire. News channels erupted with the story by dawn. Vikram was found unconscious, but alive at a warehouse. Tara vanished again, leaving only a voicemail. "Tell Mom I'm sorry. Tell her I tried." Weeks later, Ria sat in their mother's garden, the scars of the ordeal fading. Vikram sipped chai beside her, his bruises yellowing. "Do you think she's safe?" he asked. Rhea watched a sparrow dart into the sky. She's smarter than we think. The gate creaked open. A figure lingered in the dusk. Tara, her hair dyed black, a hesitant smile on her lips. Rhea stood, heart pounding. No words were needed. The sisters hugged, the weight of secrets finally lifting. But as twilight deepened, Rhea spotted a familiar car crawling past the house. Anil's face flashed in the rear window, his glare sharp as a knife. She tightened her grip on Tara's hand. Some storms, she realized, never truly end. They just quiet down, waiting to rise again. Rhea's smile faded as Anil's car vanished down the street. Tara followed her gaze, her face paling. "He's not done," she whispered. The sisters hurried inside, bolting the doors. Vikram scrolled through news articles on his phone, his brow furrowed. Anil's trial starts next week, but these comments, people think we're lying for attention. He showed them a forum where users dissected the journal leaks, some accusing Rhea of fabricating the story to sell her mother's property. That night, Rhea dreamt of the USB drive, the files morphing into snakes that slithered into her mother's garden. She woke to a crash downstairs. Heart racing, she grabbed a cricket bat and crept into the kitchen. The window was shattered, glass glittering under the moonlight. On the counter lay a torn photo of Tara's postcard from Goa, smeared with red paint. "Liar's pay" scrawled across it. The police dismissed it as a prank, but Rhea noticed Vikram lingering near the broken glass, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. "You've been quiet," she said. He avoided her eyes. "Just tired." Later, she found his backpack half open. Inside, a stack of cash and a burner phone identical to Tara's. Confronted, Vikram cracked. "Anil's men tracked me weeks ago. They threatened Mom unless I brought them the journal." Tara lunged at him, tears of betrayal in her eyes. "You idiot, they'll kill us all now." Rhea stepped between them, her voice cold. "How much did you tell them?" "Only about the journal copies," Vikram mumbled. "Not the backups." Relief washed over Rhea. She'd hidden duplicates in a safety deposit box under a fake name. But the moment was shattered by a roar outside. Flames engulfed the garden shed, where their mother kept old family albums. As they doused the fire, Rhea spotted a figure in the trees, Anil's lawyer, smirking. Tara grabbed a shovel and charged, but he vanished into the dark. "They're toying with us," Rhea realized. "They want us scared, not dead." The next morning, a courier delivered a box. Inside lay Vikram's blood-stained scarf and a note. "Last chance. Bring the drive to the train station tonight. Alone." Rhea's hands steadied. Anil thought she'd panic. Instead, she called the journalist. "We need to set a trap." At dusk, Rhea waited at the station, a decoy USB in hand. Crowds surged around her. The lawyer emerged, flanked by 2 thugs. "Where's the real drive?" he demanded. Rhea feigned fear. "In my bag. Let Vikram go first." Across the platform, Tara and the journalist filmed everything. As the lawyer reached for the bag, police sirens blared. He bolted, but officers tackled him. "Got him," the journalist yelled. But back home, victory felt hollow. Vikram was gone. Only a scribbled note remained. "I'm sorry, I'll fix this." Tara collapsed onto the couch. "When does it end?" Rhea stared at the charred shed. "When we stop running." The doorbell rang. A woman in a sharp suit stood there, holding a business card. "I represent a concerned party. They want the drive destroyed. Name your price." Rhea slammed the door. Later, scrolling through the drive's files, she noticed a folder she'd missed. Project Blackwood. Inside, blueprints for a luxury resort on their mother's land. Anil hadn't just wanted revenge. He'd wanted their home. As rain lashed the windows, Rhea made a decision. She dialed a number from the journalist's contacts, a land rights activist. "I need your help," she said. "Let's bury Anil for good." Somewhere in the city, a phone buzzed. Anil glared at the screen, a leaked photo of the resort plans, viral within minutes. He crushed the phone under his heel. "This isn't over," he hissed. But in Rhea's house, the sisters sat side by side, plotting their next move. For the first time, fear tasted like hope. Rhea's meeting with the land rights activist Meena was set in a crowded cafe downtown. Over chai, Meena scanned the resort blueprints, her frown deepening. "Anil's connected to politicians. Exposing this will take more than leaks. We need proof he forged land records. Ria slid a USB across the table. Everything's here, Mina pocketed it. Meet me tomorrow and watch your back. At home, Tara paced. What if she's working for Anil? Ria shook her head. We have no choice. Their mother interrupted, clutching an old photo album. Look. Tucked between pages was a deed, their grandmother's name on it, the land boundaries clear. Anil's papers are fake, their mother breathed. The land was never his to sell. The sisters hugged, hope flickering until glass shattered upstairs. They froze. Footsteps creaked above. Tara grabbed a knife. Ria dialed Mina. A voice hissed through the phone. Don't trust her. The line went dead. Upstairs, drawers were ransacked. The safety deposit box key missing. Vikram stood in the corner, face gaunt. I took it, he admitted. Anil's men have Mom's medical records. They said they'd stop her treatment if I didn't. Ria's chest tightened. Their mother's cancer, kept secret for months, hung in the air. Tara dropped the knife. Why didn't you tell us? Before Vikram could answer, headlights flooded the driveway. Anil's black SUV idled outside. Ria shoved the deed into her waistband. We're ending this tonight. They fled to the activist's office, only to find it trashed. Mina's laptop glowed on the floor, a live feed showing Anil at a press conference smirking. Baseless allegations, he declared. The resort will proceed. Ria's phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Check the riverbank. They raced there, finding Mina's bag half submerged in mud. Inside, a voice recorder played Mina's frantic last words. Anil knows about the deed. He's coming for... A gunshot crackled. Tara screamed. Ria collapsed to her knees, but Vikram pulled them up, eyes wild. The police station, now. We can't trust anyone else. As they ran, Ria's phone lit up. The journalist's final article had published. The deed photo viral. Crowds gathered outside Anil's office, chanting. Reporters surrounded their mother's house, cameras flashing. Anil's SUV screeched around a corner, blocking their path. He stepped out, rage twisting his face. You ruin everything, he lunged at Ria, but Vikram tackled him. They grappled in the dirt until police sirens pierced the air. Anil fled, but not before snarling. This isn't over. At the station, Ria handed over the deed. The officer sighed. Without Mina's testimony. Tara slammed her palms on the desk. You have the files, the photos. His men tried to kill us. The officer glanced at Vikram, who nodded. I'll testify. About everything. Days later, the news broke. Anil arrested. The resort project halted. Their mother's land was safe. But as Ria stood on the porch that night, a shadow moved in the trees. A figure watched. Mina's ghost? Or Anil's ally? She stepped forward, but the figure melted into the dark. Inside, Tara scrolled through messages. The activist group wants to meet. They found more files. Ria stared at the horizon. Let them come. Somewhere, a phone buzzed. Anil, behind bars, smiled at a text. Phase 2 ready. The sisters didn't know it yet, but their fight had only just begun. Ria stood at the edge of their mother's garden, the deed clutched in her hand. Its edges frayed from weeks of hiding. The activist group's meeting was set for noon, but Tara's text grew frantic. Don't go. Something's wrong. Ria ignored her, driven by the need to end things. When she arrived, the group's leader, a sharp-eyed woman named Priya, smiled too brightly. We found allies, she said, sliding over a contract. Sign the land over to us. We'll protect it. Ria froze. The fine print stated the group would develop the land into eco-resorts. It was Anil's plan, rebranded. She stood to leave, but Priya's smile vanished. Anil's associates are our donors. Sign, or we release your mother's medical records. Tara's warning echoed in her mind. Trust no one. Back home, Vikram waited on the porch, a fresh cut on his cheek. Anil's lawyer visited me in jail, he said. They know about the activist group. They've been manipulating us from the start. Ria's phone buzzed. A video of their mother, frail but alive, being wheeled into a clinic by strangers. A message flashed. Sign or she dies slowly. Tara emerged from the house, eyes red. I called the clinic. They said Mom was transferred to a specialist. No one knows where. Ria's legs buckled. Anil's reach stretched beyond bars. That night, they broke into Priya's office, finding stacks of cash stamped with Anil's initials. But as Tara photographed the evidence, footsteps echoed. They hid under a desk, watching Priya argue with a familiar voice. Mina's husband, alive and demanding his cut. The truth hit Riya like ice. Mina's death had been staged. She'd faked it to disappear with Anil's money. The activist group was a front. Tara's hands shook as she recorded every word. Dawn brought a choice. Riya uploaded the video online, exposing the web of lies. Within hours, protests erupted. Reporters swarmed Priya's office, and police reopened Anil's case. But as the sisters celebrated, a van screeched outside. Men in masks dragged Vikram into the vehicle, his shouts muffled. A note fluttered to the ground. Last warning, stop digging. Riya called the journalist, but the line was dead. Tara found a hidden tracker on Vikram's phone, pinging from their old temple. They raced there, finding Vikram tied up, bruised, but alive. They're gone, he croaked. But they left this. He held up a flash drive labeled Phase 2. At home, the files revealed a darker scheme. Anil had been smuggling illegal arms through the resort's construction. The blueprints hid underground tunnels. Tara stared at the screen. He's using the land for more than money, their mother's clinic called. She's awake, the nurse said, but she's asking for you. When they arrived, their mother gripped Riya's hand, her voice weak. Anil's not your cousin. He's your half-brother, your father's secret. The room spun. Riya's knees hit the floor. Anil's obsession with the land wasn't just greed, it was inheritance. As storms rolled in, Riya stood at the riverbank where Mina's bag had been found. A figure approached, Mina herself, alive, her face drawn. I tried to warn you, she said, but Anil owns everyone, even me. She handed Riya a gun. End it, or they'll never stop. Riya tossed the weapon into the river. We don't play their games anymore. The next morning, news broke. Anil's trial moved up. His crimes splashed across headlines. The sisters gave interviews, their faces steady, voices strong. But as cameras flashed, Riya spotted Priya in the crowd, her glare venomous. That night, the sisters burned the deed in the garden, ashes mixing with rain. The land's cursed, Tara said. Riya shook her head. We'll donate it, build a school, something he can't poison. As flames died, a car slowed outside. Anil's lawyer watched from the window, his smile chilling, but Riya didn't flinch. She dialed the police, her voice calm. He's here. Sirens wailed. The lawyer fled, but his license plate was caught on camera. For the first time, Riya slept through the night. At dawn, a knock came. A social worker stood holding paperwork. Their mother's custody, cleared. She's coming home, the woman said. But as Riya signed, her phone buzzed. Unknown number. School won't save you. See you soon. Tara peered over her shoulder. Let them come, she said, pocketing the phone. We'll be ready. In the city jail, Anil grinned at a newspaper headline. Sisters expose corruption. He circled Riya's face with a smuggled pen. Good, he whispered. Now the real game begins. Riya and Tara stood in the quiet of their mother's garden, the ashes of the deed still clinging to the soil. The news vans had left, but the weight of Anil's threat lingered. Days later, a package arrived. A child's doll with its head torn off. A note. For the school you'll never build. Tara traced the postmark, Goa. He still has people out there, she muttered. That night, Riya found Vikram digging through old boxes in the attic. Looking for this? He held up their father's journal, hidden for decades. Inside, scribbled entries revealed their father's affair with Anil's mother and a secret trust fund meant for Anil. He thinks the land was his birthright, Riya whispered, but it's ours to protect. The sisters met with the land rights group again, this time flanked by lawyers. As they signed papers to donate the land, a gunshot cracked the office window. Chaos erupted. Tara lunged at the shooter, a teenage boy paid by Anil's lawyer. They're using kids now, she spat, pinning him down. The boy confessed. Anil's network had recruited street teens to scare them. Riya knelt beside him. You want to keep working for ghosts? Or help us end this? Hesitating, he handed over a phone filled with encrypted chats. That night, Riya decoded messages pointing to a warehouse near the docks. Anil's hidden armory, The raid was televised. Police stormed the warehouse, uncovering crates of weapons and files linking Anil to politicians. Tara filmed it all, streaming live to thousands. But in the chaos, Anil's lawyer slipped away, leaving a final taunt on Ria's voicemail. "You won't survive the encore." The sisters returned home, exhausted but defiant. Their mother, finally discharged, hugged them tightly. "Your father would have been proud," she said, tears in her eyes. As the sun rose, Ria scrolled through donations flooding in for the school. Tara smirked, holding up a blueprint. Anil's tunnels? Perfect for storage rooms. But as they laughed, Ria's phone buzzed. A photo of their new school site, captioned, "Fireworks coming soon." Tara snatched the phone and hurled it into the pond. Let them try. At the jail, Anil watched the news, his smirk fading as reporters praised the sisters. His lawyer sat across from him, sweat beading on his brow. "They're unstoppable," he muttered. Anil leaned forward, eyes cold. They're just getting started." In the quiet of their kitchen, Ria and Tara toasted with chai. "To the next battle," Tara said. Ria clinked her cup. "And the ones after." Outside, the first bricks of the school were laid, a symbol of what they'd reclaimed. But in the shadows, a figure snapped a photo, sending it to a burner phone. Somewhere, a new game was already beginning.